Alrighty, morning everyone, and welcome to another video on this beautiful channel on another beautiful winter day. And today is Christmas, so Merry Christmas to everyone watching this video. I hope you have absolutely fantastic holidays, and I hope that you also get some very nice like presents and stuff like that, and that you find yourself some good scrap for Christmas, so that yeah, well, maybe you can pay some more Christmas gifts off, but yeah, whatever. Today I want to do some more scrapping, and as today is basically Christmas Eve, I don't have a ton of time, so I wanted to do some quick stuff that I actually always wondered about if they are actually worth doing. I did them before, but I never really checked if it was worth it. So today we are gonna scrap these weird motor thingies. I mean, probably everyone that does scrapping has already seen one of those. These are the kind of motors that are in like blenders and also sometimes dishwashers and stuff like that. And these basically consist out of two parts. The first part is the outer part, which is similar to a stator, not really, but it kind of looks like a stator. And it's got these two copper pieces here that go all the way through the whole thing, and you can probably get them out somehow, but I have always had difficulties with doing these, so I want to try this again today, see how hard this really is. And yeah, if it's very hard, we're obviously not gonna continue doing these, but I think it's really an interesting thing to figure out if it's worth it. And the second part is this thing here, which is kind of like the core, and this has got a good amount of copper on it as well, and this one actually looks to be decently easy to scrap. Why do I say that? Well, because you see all these windings here, you can really just cut them off like I tried here, and that works really well. And so we are going to do that, and also these parts here, these are copper as well. So we are going to try to take all of that off, weigh everything up, and see how much copper we can get out in what time frame. So I think that's going to be pretty decent, pretty much a lot of fun, and yeah, I hope we are going to get some decent copper out of this. It looks interesting, that's for sure, but I'm not really sure yet if we are actually going to get a decent amount of copper out of it. So, game plan, as I said, we are going to cut all of these little strands here. We're going to try to pull them through these like gaps, and yeah, we'll just see if we can unwind the whole thing this way. Probably won't work this easily, but we are definitely going to try. So yeah, I think this is actually going to be decently interesting. And I hope you have fun, and I hope that I will have fun. So yeah, I guess we'll just get into this little Christmas scrapping episode. So here we go. All right, so we are back from the time lapse. We're back from taking all of these apart. You can see I was struggling a tiny bit with with this one. Why? Well, because it was bending in all kinds of weird spaces. I didn't really do ones that were that small before. I just did the bigger ones. You know, they come in basically like sizes up to like a ton. I didn't do any of those, but like big ones. You know what I mean? And yeah, this one was just bending in all kinds of weird places. You know, I was hammering on this, and this just bent, which is not a big surprise, but like, you know, it kind of surprised me, whatever. And yeah, also these thingies were bending in all kinds of weird shapes. So yeah, I was a bit struggling, but that's not really that bad. We got it done anyways, and I was very surprised by the yield of copper that was actually in that thing. You're gonna see that I already measured out everything and also calculated up the exact percentages of copper of these two thingies, but we are going to weigh that now. And so let's do that. So let's turn on the scale here. We are gonna, so I have the little bucket thingy here with the copper from this inside motor thingy. I don't know how they really call that, but yeah, it's probably called something. So yeah, we've got the copper here. We're gonna measure that out. So that's 33.2. You have to subtract the bucket from that, obviously. So the bucket is like, I think, 80, so 81 maybe. And so we come out to like about 50 grams. However, I lost a little piece of copper. It went in some kind of weird little crack and I can't get it out of there. So we'll have to add 5 grams to that. So we've got 55 grams of copper. And now let's weigh the little piece of steel, which weighs in at 63.9. So let's just say 65 grams. And oh yeah, for those of you who want that in ounces, there you go. That's that in ounces. And also the copper with the bucket in ounces. That's that. So that would come out to approximately 25% of copper inside of this little thingy. That's really impressive. Like, I did not expect that at all. I don't even get that with like these tiny transformers that I usually do with like these. They maybe have like 15 to 18%. And so like that's impressive. I didn't think they would have that good yield. And it didn't take me long at all. Like, to do both of these, like this one and this one, took me like, I think, 10 minutes. So yeah, that's not a long time at all. Like, you know, that's really, really good. But let's just weigh up the second one, and then we'll see how much you could actually make in an hour if you were to process this stuff all day. So yeah, let's start with the copper again. And I'm just leaving these little pieces of wire on. My scrapyard does not care at all. And you have to like look at this. This stuff is so clean, you know. So it doesn't really matter if there's like a little bit of PVC from the wires. My yard really doesn't give a damn. So that's 81 grams. 81 grams of copper, number 2 copper, obviously, or burnt copper, whatever you might want to call that. And then we've got this little piece of steel, which this copper was inside of. Basically the stator part, so to say. It's a little bit of a weird stator, but you know what I mean. So that comes out to like 312. And I just calculated that as 310 and 80 grams of copper. So that would come out to about 20 to 21% of copper to steel ratio. So that's really good. So that's just, I'm going to show you that in ounces as well. It's 11 ounces for the steel and 2.8 for the copper. So yeah, really good. And I'm really surprised by that, you know. That's a decent yield. And if we add all that up together, like, you know, we've got like 55 grams from this thing, we've got 80 grams from this, so we've got like 110 grams in total. With my price, that would be worth about 60 cents. And yeah, you know, times that by 6, because I did that in about 10 minutes. I could have probably done it way quicker if I wasn't filming. So we'll just say 10 minutes for now. And that would give us about $6 an hour. That's not a whole lot. However, I think that I could have done both of those in probably at least 5 minutes. So that would at least give you a minimum wage. And you know, you shouldn't underestimate minimum wage. That would still be $120 a day. So, you know, that's very, very decent. So you shouldn't underestimate that. If you are basically not employed for anyone, you've got a lot of stuff that you can write off of your tax bill, and you're not really gonna pay a whole lot of tax on that if you do it right. So I mean, that is all right. It's not terrible. You could definitely make a living off of that. The question is, how many of those are you realistically gonna get? That's a whole nother question. Probably another question for another day, but I think this is definitely something that can be definitely worth it. So yeah, I'm very surprised by that result. I have to tell you, I did not expect us making that decent amount of copper today. So yeah, that is very good, very nice. So yeah, with that I would say. I'm very glad that you came here and watched this little video. I'm very happy that so many of you have already found this channel in like 1.5 months. We are already at like 190 subscribers, which is absolutely awesome. And so yeah, everything I can just say is thank you very much for a great year. Have a nice, very nice, beautiful Christmas evening, Christmas day, whatever. And so yeah, we'll see you again in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like the video or dislike, whatever you might want to do. And don't forget to subscribe if you don't want to miss any other video. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time.